I said no to my future mother-in-law's feminist wedding plan and she called me anti-woman. So my fiance Evan and I are getting married in 5 weeks. Everything was going perfectly until his mom Janet dropped this bombshell on us during wedding planning last Tuesday. Janet raised Evan completely on her own after his dad left when he was 2. She's always been super proud of being a strong, independent single mother and considers herself a hardcore feminist, which is fine. I respect that about her. But then she sits us down in her living room with this serious look on her face and goes, "I've been thinking about the ceremony, and I want to propose something revolutionary. I'm thinking maybe she wants to do a reading or help with decorations." But no, she pulls out this whole typed up plan she'd been working on. She wants to walk Evan down the aisle while I stand at the altar waiting for him. I just stared at her like, wait, what? She starts explaining how traditionally fathers give away daughters, so as a feminist statement, she should give away her son. She'd walk him down the aisle, give a speech about raising him as a single mom, present him with a ring, and then place his hand in mine. The whole time I'm sitting there thinking, so I'm supposed to just stand there and watch my fiance get walked down the aisle like he's the bride. She kept going on about how it would be groundbreaking and symbolic of changing gender roles. I told her I appreciated the thought, but I'd always dreamed of walking down the aisle to Evan. You know, the traditional way where the bride makes the entrance and everyone turns to watch. That moment I'd been picturing since I was little. Janet's face completely changed. She goes, "So my father can still walk you down first as usual, but then you'd be walking to just the officiant while Evan's already there." I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Then there's no dramatic moment for either of us. But she wasn't backing down. She said this was about equality and making a statement about how mothers mattered just as much as fathers. When I finally said no, she completely lost it. She started yelling about how I wasn't a real feminist and that I was stuck in outdated patriarchal thinking. She said I was being selfish and anti-woman for not supporting her vision. Evan tried to play peacekeeper, saying he understood both sides and that maybe we should consider it since his mom had sacrificed so much for him. That just made me more frustrated because I felt like he was choosing her over me. The worst part was when Janet called her sister and started telling everyone in their family how I was being difficult and refusing to honor the woman who raised their precious boy. Suddenly, I'm getting texts from Evan's aunts asking why I won't let Janet have this special moment. I kept trying to explain that it's not about not honoring her. She could still do a reading, light a unity candle, whatever. But the whole walking down the aisle thing was supposed to be my moment, not hers. Last week, she showed up at my apartment with printed articles about feminist weddings and examples of other couples who'd done non-traditional ceremonies. She spread them all over my coffee table like she was presenting evidence in court. I finally told her, "Janet, this is my wedding too, and I'm not changing the most important part just to make a political statement." She stormed out and hasn't spoken to me since. Now Evan's stuck in the middle, and the wedding is in 5 weeks.